Hey guys, welcome back. I want to work on the space encounters. I want to get the monitor tube out and the coin door, everything out of the cabinet so that I can start fixing the wood on it. I need to get this done in the next couple days here because I want to start on one of the arcade cabinet restorations that are going to be going to Michigan. Spy Hunter is getting picked up on Saturday, so I'm trying not to make too much dust around here. But that's getting picked up on Saturday, and I'm supposed to go to Arcade Jason's on Saturday afternoon, and I'm going to take both of these black and white monitors with me, and he's going to give me a hand. Well, who am I kidding? He's probably going to do it, and we're going to see if both of these work. I'm hoping they both work, because if they both work, I'm actually going to give him one of them, because he has a 19-inch tube in his Space Encounters, and he would love to have a 23-inch tube. So hopefully we can get both of these up and running, and he can have one for his, and then I'll have one for mine. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I have no idea yet. This is for the pinball. Probably should save that. But I gotta do repaint the doors on the Chevy dually here. They've been in body work for like 2 weeks now. They're ready to get sanded, and hopefully it's good to paint. I also have a hood here I have to paint, a wing for a Mustang I have to paint, and I have a car coming, and I need to get another car out of the back building. So I've got a lot going on. Now, I gotta get that tube out of the cabinet. Now, the way this cabinets work is they don't have a monitor frame. That down there is on a monitor frame, but they don't have a monitor frame. So I have to set that tube somewhere for the night. I'm trying to think, do I have a piece of cardboard? I do. So I'm gonna take it out, and we're gonna set it on a piece of cardboard so that I don't scratch the tube up, because that's the last thing I want to do is scratch the face of the tube. And then this other monitor, I'm just going to move out of the way, and the control panel and all that. This I got to be careful with because I got to fix the control panel. Now, as far as the mechanism, all that has to come apart, but I'll do that later. My main concern right now is getting the cabinet fixed so I can get it out of the way, because I'm afraid to move it anymore, because it's just not much left to it. Okay, as I just kicked the front, almost busted that off. Okay, so the tube is ready to get unbolted. The chassis is not currently in it. It's right here on the floor. Oh, my back is hurting today. Okay, this is bolted on from the back. Missing one there. Some weird bolts. Oh, you know what? I already loosened these. It's kind of just sitting in there. At least I loosened 2 of them, or they were already loose. That's probably what it was. We're looking for a socket so I can get this last nut off of here. I think it's a 5/16. Nope. Must be an 11/32. Yep. probably need to get this out of the way real quick. Man, I twisted my back the other day. It's been messed up. Actually starting to feel a little better today. Man, oh, here it is. Oh, it's my drill, but we'll just use my drill. Oh, nice. The bolt literally broke off the head of it. Man, that tube looks like, does it even fit coming out? It's a tight one. Okay, I got that out of the way. I think I have another one of these in the basement. I don't know if this is savable or not yet. Maybe, it's pretty thick still, but that's pretty rotted, but we might be able to just sand all the rust off and filler prime it and sand it and probably fill the pits in. I think a lot of this cabinet is going to end up getting new hardware, which I don't normally do, but it is so rusty that I think it's just going to be best to put new hardware on it. Oh, there's my other bolt. I'm saving all the hardware, but look, I mean, it's so rusty, and these are common. I could buy these at Home Depot or Lowe's. I have them, so it's just kind of like, when they're that bad, it's not really worth trying to fix it or clean them up. Fun cabinet to fix. Definitely has like a misty or like a mildewy smell to it, so we'll have to bleach it like we did with the what did I bleach? Was it the paddle battle? I think it was. And then I painted the inside. We'll bleach this and paint the inside black as well. Whole cabin is black on the inside anyways. But paddle battle in the basement, no smells whatsoever. No mildew smell, mold, whatever it is. As rotted as this is, I don't think it's as moldy as the paddle battle was. Man, what's my dog freaking out about now? Jolene! Must be Amazon or something. I don't know what she's freaking out about. We'll use that hammered gray Krylon that I used on the paddle battle door. That worked really well. What am I stripping out of? Carriage bolts for the speakers are cleanable. They used wire nuts on the speakers. I wonder if somebody changed the speaker at some point because the wire colors change. Same Midway speaker grill that they've used forever. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get those out. in there. That's what happens when wood swells a little bit. The nuts get pulled into the wood, and then they're hard to get out. I got one. Okay, don't really have a lot left to do. Wiring harness, the soundboard, and just a couple other things, I think. This is what I'm talking about. These things are so rusty that they're not worth cleaning. Saving them for now so I know what length they are and stuff. I'm recording this in regular speed because it gives me I know where everything goes if I need to refer back to the video. Big spider in there. Okay, just gotta get the power brick off the bottom. It's stuck. Yeah, big screwdriver or something, pry bar. Got it. All right. Surprisingly, the piece of wood that the power brick was, you know, the components on that piece of wood were actually, the piece of wood's fine still. It's the lower piece of plywood to the cabinet that's not so fine. I want to take these tags off. Yes, I put the tags back on, guys. I always get that one comment. Why'd you take the tags out of the cabinet? Isn't it important to have the tags? All right. Texture key molding. They use particle board on the top of the cabinet. Okay. I guess we can get rid of this. Might be a little rotted. Clean up some of this mess. Grab my broom. Okay. Wow, is that bad? That's a bad one. I'm not going to make sides tonight because it's way later than I thought it was going to be. I had to work late, but I want to get this side cut off because I need this for the template, because the other side doesn't even have this piece on here, and this is still all here at least, so I can mimic that close enough to make a template. So let me go grab a tape measure. So I'm going to clamp this straight edge on here, maybe. That side's crooked, so now I'm not gonna, yeah, maybe I will. I'll put the plate on my saw. There's a plate that goes with this straight edge. All right, I'm probably gonna put a clamp up here because this cabinet's on an angle and it's not clamping really tightly up here. Now, when I cut this with the saw, it's actually going to cut back farther. But whatever my measurement is after I cut it, we have to add a 1/16 of an inch to it because we got to account for the saw blade, okay? An eighth is usually a bit much, but we might have to go with an eighth depending on what blade's on my saw. I don't remember what's on there. So I'm going to grab a clamp and my saw, and we're going to cut this side off, and then we'll have our template for tomorrow, and then tomorrow we can make this side. We're gonna biscuit joint it together, a new piece of plywood to the old, and then we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna make the other side, and then we're gonna cut the front off and fix the front as well. And then at that point, we can stand the cabinet back up, and we need to make back doors for it because we do not have back doors. I'm not going to be able to make the hole cut out yet for the monitor. Well, yeah, I can because I have the chassis here still. So yeah, we can do that. So basically tomorrow night, as long as I'm not crazy late with work, I would love to get the woodwork done to this. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. If you notice, I'm making sure that what I'm taking off is an area that is easy enough for me to touch this artwork up. Does that make sense? The yellow artwork, I don't know, we might end up fixing the artwork out here because I might use spray cans and stuff for the yellow, because if you guys all know, rolling or painting yellow with a brush or a roller, it just covers like shit. So let me grab my saw and a couple other things. This plate slides right in that groove, and that's how you cut yourself a nice straight cut with the circular saw. Now it's going to hang up a little bit on me. I almost wonder if I should. No, I got to do it that way. Yep. So now I got to put this in here. And there's a wedge here that you have to clamp down. saw is crooked. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm running the saw base right along the edge here. Then I know it's square. That's right, I took the safety glasses when I was cutting the grass. Got another pair over here. So now we're going to cut this. Okay, I'm not going to cut into anything, but I am going to raise the blade up because we don't really want to cut super deep through the cabinet. We're going to be cutting the front a little bit, but that's okay. We're replacing part of the front anyways. Not cut deep enough. That's all right. Okay, need a hammer. So tomorrow when I get the table saw out, my van's a mess tonight because I finished a job and I just basically threw everything in there because I wanted to get home. I got a bunch of garbage and stuff in there too. But you can see how nice that track saw cuts. Look at that. We have a beautifully straight cut. So now we can cut this with plus a 1/16 on the table saw. So I had measured to 11, but we need to cut a piece that's, this is 9 3/8. We're just gonna go 9 1/2. Just make it an even number. And then we're gonna do the, when I cut the other side tomorrow, we're gonna do the exact same thing, 9 1/2 inches. We're gonna make them both the same height. And the front looks like I can probably get away with cutting it maybe 3-4 inches off of it. And to be honest with you, I'll probably have to cut the front before I put the sides on, because then I can use the track saw on the front. Now they have a little groove in here. Okay, they have a routed groove. We're gonna probably have to duplicate that, but we can duplicate that groove on the table saw. We don't have to use a router, and I'll show you how to do that tomorrow as well. They just nailed this thing together back then, unless somebody did it. Somebody might have done it. But yeah, these track saws, I believe this came from either Lowe's or Menards, and it's about $100. You get 2 4-foot pieces of this track, okay? actually like a 4 foot and like a 4.5 foot. So you can use it on an 8 foot long piece of plywood. And then it comes with that plate. And that plate is universal. You can put any circular saw on that plate. So for $100 to get yourself a perfectly straight cut is well worth it after you've done a couple. Now we're gonna use biscuit joiner for these along here, and we'll biscuit joint a new piece of plywood into that. We're using 3/4 inch plywood. We're not using particle board or melamine or MDF or anything like that. We're just gonna go ahead and put plywood back on here. We'll body work the plywood to smooth it out. Probably spray a little primer on it, just the bottom part, just to get it smooth enough so that we can blend it in to the other part and make it look seamless is what I'm going for. Now after we biscuit joint this, we're gonna take some short strand fiberglass between the two pieces, and we're gonna take this piece here and we're gonna bevel it down. Now we're gonna bevel the other piece down so that we create a V, and then we're gonna fill that V in with short strand fiberglass. And that helps it from showing in the future. It's less likely to show when you do that if you just butt it together and glue it and leave it, and you do body work over that seam. Chances are you're gonna see that perfect cut line in the cabinet in a couple months' time, because that's just what it does. That's the nature of it. So, all right, I'm gonna end this. I don't know if I think we're calling this part 1, because I was screwing around with it, but I don't really consider that starting the restoration yet. This is starting the restoration. This is gonna be part 1. Like I said, I really wanna get this done tomorrow night, even if I am working a little bit later, because I don't have to work on Saturday. Once this Spy Hunter gets picked up, I'll probably run to Jason's house, depending if he's around or not. But anyways, I really want to get this woodwork done tomorrow night and make the back doors and stuff, or get it close, and then finish it on Saturday, so that we can have this thing standing up on its own, on feet, on legs again, leg levelers, and we won't have any more rotted plywood. We can get the nice backs put on it, and then we could start touching up the paintwork, which I don't think it's going to be that crazy. We have some weird scuffs going on down the cabinet here, but it's kind of like it's like on top. It's kind of like if you have like a rubber leg on a table, chair, or a table, and you drag it across a vinyl floor and it leaves like a black scuff mark of rubber. That's kind of like what that is. Or I don't know, if when you were a kid you'd wear dress shoes, and you always had cheap dress shoes, or at least I did, and it was fun, you know, you'd leave scuff marks at the heel of your dress shoes. That's just what kids did, man. We didn't have telephones or iPads or anything. We had to make something fun, or you go around and shuffle your feet and then shock people. That was always a good time too. I'm sure every kid's done it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end this video. At least now you guys got an idea of how I'm fixing this. This is not a very big cabinet, and this thing is super light. It is not heavy at all. It's funny because all the particle board cabinets and the MDF cabinets are so freaking heavy, and they don't need to be. If they would have just used plywood, it would be half the weight, you know what I mean? And it would probably last a long time. We got to make a new bottom too, but this thing must have sat, it was in a barn somewhere, and it must have just gotten wet. But I'm surprised, man, from here up is not bad at all. Just this lower section is just shot. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna end this video. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys tune back in tomorrow night and see how I biscuit joint this and glue it and do all that fun stuff to it. And we'll get this thing back up in the air tomorrow is my goal, to have this thing standing on its own for the first time in a long time, actually standing correctly, not literally wanting to teeter over. So have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.